Adrian, thank you so much for coming to chat to us. So first question, can you give me a general introduction to Aquis and how has the business been going over the last year?
Absolutely, great to meet you, Caitlin. So Aquis has three main divisions. We've got our markets division, which is pan-European equities trading. We've also got our technologies division, where we license matching engines and market surveillance technology to other exchanges. And then we have our primary growth market in the UK as well. All three divisions have been doing brilliantly. Obviously, we published our annual report a few weeks ago. It's been, record growth year across all divisions, and if you look at sort of the percentage gains in market share and also in technologies revenue, I think last year we also beat AIM in terms of the number of new IPOs. We're probably the fastest growing exchange group in the world right now.
So you recently launched Aquis Equinox, the first 24/7 matching engine requiring zero downtime. Can you talk a bit about what that is and the benefits to its clients?
Absolutely, yeah. So Equinox is really groundbreaking, for us, but actually the entire industry. Obviously, there are a lot of markets, crypto and tokenized asset is hot topics these days, which are looking for the capability to be able to trade forever. What a lot of people don't realize is that a lot of these exchanges are trading 24/7, but they do have periodic scheduled downtime for maintenance and dare I say it, outages and things like that if people tweet too much and the market spikes and volumes go too high. So, a real regulatory grade matching engine platform, which you can do anything on, upgrade it, maintenance, onboarding, instruments, all of this sort of stuff without ever having shut down the system is really important for the entire ecosystem. It's also, we're obviously building technology, partly for our clients, but also partly for us. And Equinox does have clients that are already signed up to use it. But it's really important to keep in mind that it's not just for the crypto crowd as well. There are benefits of being able to run an exchange, across time zones without ever having shut it down. And Aquis, we also have really good people that are co-chairing the fixed working groups on 24/7 trading and really helping to drive the industry adoption of how these standards can evolve technically to allow for an exchange that never shuts down, which has basically never been done before.
Do you foresee exchange infrastructures moving primarily to cloud-based premises in the future?
Yeah, so cloud is really interesting. I think we definitely do see a greater increase in adoption of cloud. And, Aquis is one of the leaders, probably the leader in the cloud adoption space for exchanges. We did some groundbreaking work a few years ago now with SGX, the Singapore exchange, and Amazon Web Services, obviously everybody knows, because really, the cloud is it's changing industries, not just financial services, but everywhere. Now, financial services and exchanges, obviously we have some special requirements that a lot of other industries don't have, and really there's a lot of different ways that we can benefit from that. But what we are seeing is that there are two very different approaches taken by exchanges to make use of cloud. So we've got obviously a lot of other companies that I won't talk about that are doing cloud in a fairly, let's say, traditional manner, in which is they're not really using fully virtualized cloud instances of cloud computing and networks. So what they're doing is they're sort of buying Amazon branded hardware and putting it in their own data centers and saying we're using cloud. Aquis is taking completely the opposite approach. So we're going with the cloud that literally if you or I wanted to start up a blog or a website or something like that, we go onto AWS, click a few buttons, enter our credit card, you can start a blog. Those are the sort of cloud instances that we're using for the Aquis approach. I think that's really important because actually what you find is that the scalability and the resilience, which is obviously what all markets are looking for when we look to the cloud, is not really there with the traditional data center approach. So when you look at we run hundreds of servers in multiple data centers in different locations, basically so that we can keep things resilient, so that if there's if something blows up in data center 1, we've got data center 2 that we can fail over to. If you're just putting branded servers in your data center, you're not really benefiting from the cloud. But actually, if you have proper virtualized infrastructure, you can run it anywhere in the world. You can run it still fast, low latency, not quite the ultra low latency, but still, very, very applicable for a lot of markets around the world today.
What do you think these overall technological advances mean for exchanges and the wider FS industry?
So one of the things that's really important to note is that exchanges that license technology to other exchanges and companies, effectively what we do is we are exporting our business model to other companies. And look, exchanges are great organizations. We have all sorts of very high regulatory bars to meet and things like that. But running an exchange is quite an expensive business. It's highly sort of skill intensive. We can't just outsource all of this stuff to people that don't know what they're doing. So we have really highly skilled individuals. And if you want to license an exchange from us, guess what? You're going to need your own data center, you're going to need your own compliance teams, surveillance teams, operations infrastructure, all these kinds of people that, it's really expensive. With Equinox and with cloud combined, what we are able to start to do is really offer this whole concept of exchange as a service. Because Equinox, and this is what I was trying to say earlier, if we look at the 24/7 trading, there are a lot of markets that don't trade 24/7. You've got equities markets all around the world, they trade in different time zones. And what that means is that actually if you want to run a shared platform, exchange platform in the Americas and Europe and Asia Pac, what you're going to find is that actually you've got a 24-hour trading day. Different markets will be open for different hours, but you can never shut the system down. What that means is that actually you need a system that you can run 24/7, maintain it, without shutting it down, have all this infrastructure in the cloud with global availability zones and resilience and all this kind of thing. And that then means that we start to get away from the whole exporting of our business model, because actually you can outsource this to a provider that is running all of this. Then the economies of scale become huge, because actually there are loads of industries around the world that could benefit from exchange technology. I was talking to a trader at Unilever last year. I was like, oh, Unilever, yeah, of course they have traders. It never crossed my mind before, but huge consumer goods company. They buy loads of raw foodstuffs and commodities, and they're trading massively. They have supply chain procurement around the world, and but do they want to spend millions of dollars a year running their own exchange? Probably not. Would they maybe want to spend $500,000 a year running their own exchange? Maybe. Right, so it becomes a really sort of important dynamic. Everything from chip manufacturing and cars to video game economies and all these sorts of things could really benefit from running proper exchange grade technology. And now what we're doing is the democratization word, but lowering the cost of ownership of serious exchange grade technology for the world.